going on, guys? Been a couple days since I've gone live last time here on Facebook, and today had an awesome day, very inspiring. And so a couple things I'm going to be talking about. I think it's important that I do a follow-up to that last video that I made about the stress of being an entrepreneur. And I said, you know, I oftentimes question that being an entrepreneur, not that being an entrepreneur is a bad thing, because there's a gazillion entrepreneurs out there who love what they're doing and everything that comes with it. And I think I was there. But anyway, you know, those are the thoughts that run through my mind. And I don't want, I always said I really want people to see the ups and downs, the struggles, how you can turn struggle into strength. And there's these two parts of me. There's the part of me that gets very frustrated working with anybody that has like this quit inside of them, right? And that makes me frustrated with my own kind of inner gut feeling, saying, man, I don't want to do all this entrepreneurial stuff. The past few years, I'd say probably the past 4 years, I've felt like I'm less and less of this internet thing and more of the coach, the guy that needs to feel his boots on the ground, who feels best when the gym is 92 degrees and it's freaking hot and I'm drenched in sweat and I'm surrounded by hammers, kids that want to get after it. The times I get frustrated is when, you know, somebody's text messaging me saying, I'm interested in your gym. I really want to do this. I really want to do ABC for my kids, you know, but I've got a couple questions. Okay, have you read the website from top to bottom? Yes, I've read it. I've watched the videos, blah, blah, blah. Then I get on the phone with them. I answer all the questions that are answered on the website. I'm answering questions. I'm giving them everything. And then it's like they don't even take one step. They don't even take that one step forward. And what fires me up is not that they took my time, wasted my time. I don't even know how I want to actually say that. But what fires me up is really everybody's capable of being great. But damn it, not everybody wants to work for it. Not everybody wants to earn it. People, they're delusional about shit. And I think I've hit my wall with telling people, hey, you want to be awesome at this sport? Then you've got to let me push you. You've got to do the simple things like eating breakfast. You've got to pack your own lunch. You've got to be obsessed. You don't need me. You don't need a strength coach to get you to do 20 push-ups, 50 push-ups. I want these normal things to be done by people. And I guess it gets fired up because I'm passionate and I don't really know how to contain my emotions, not take things, I don't want to say like, I take them personally. And then I have to kind of have a conversation in my own brain where I say, hey man, if everybody was awesome, that's just not the real world. If everybody was awesome, we would all win the gold medal in the Olympics in anything we wanted to. So there has to be these ups and downs. But I think I'm at this stage where I need to get the balls and also better business smarts to find that barn. You know, as much of a stretch as that is, it needs to be on a barn. It needs to be on a farm. It needs to be back to those Fight Club days where you had to try out to join the underground. You had to demonstrate that you were going to push. And if you threw up, you were going to catch your breath, wipe off that vomit from your face, and you were going to come back and finish. Now, you know, God forbid, people get tired and they're cramping up after they do skipping and, you know, a couple squat jumps. Damn it, I need to be better to make other people stronger. And maybe that's my problem, is just trying to save the world from being weak. Can't do it. let me talk to you about what was super inspiring today. My daughter plays tennis. I drive about an hour to get there, okay? So when people tell me they're too busy, don't have the time, don't have the money, you either want it or you don't. You find a way, right? Drive about an hour to get to the tennis club. She plays tennis for 2 hours. I drive about 25 minutes to the Scotch Plains Underground at Yeti MMA, which, by the way, guys, September 16th, Navy SEAL fundraiser, Houston flood benefit fundraiser. We're going to use the benefit from J.J. Watt. I went in there, and that little 1,000-square-foot little gym we got over there at Scotch Plains was pumping. It was hot in there. Kids were sweating. Middle school, high school, college, they were working their asses off. I loved it. I got in there and worked. I posted up photos on my Instagram. To me, I love that. I love workers. And it's not that I just feel like, why are people allowed to quit? Why is it so okay to quit? The things I'll say to the kids I'll train are the things I'll say to my own kids. That's the beauty of the weight room. It doesn't matter who you are. You could be royalty. The weight room doesn't care where you come from, the color of your skin, how old or how young you are, male or female. It's level playing field, and you will get out of it everything that you put into it. You half-ass it, you don't have your brain zoned in and focused on being all about it, you will get those kind of results back. I don't know, this is not a secret. It's not a secret that it's hard freaking work. And that's why I think I love the weight room. I love the gym. Lindy Terreo, hello from Hawaii. I want to thank everybody for joining in here. It's I know I'm a little bit ranting, but I'm also fired up. Very fired up. Very inspired after the Underground Strength Gym crew up at Scotch Plains. And then there's some places where you can't even give away the training. You couldn't even pay people. You couldn't give them the money to train. But the frustrating part is we're all capable of being as great as we want to be with regards to being strong. That is something we have control over. You don't have a gym membership? What's stopping you from pushing your car across an empty parking lot every night? What's stopping you from going to a playground and banging out pull-ups and push-ups and dips and walking lunges? What's stopping you from going to the local playground, climbing up the swing sets, finding a rock, pressing the picnic table, one-arm pressing the picnic table? The only thing and the only person stopping you is you. You're stopping yourself. Ryan says 400 pounds is 400 pounds. Truth, it's always 400. Charlie's asking, how many days a week should grapplers lift? Charlie, it depends on how often you are grappling, and it depends on your fitness level. If let's say you're doing jiu-jitsu 3 days a week, maybe you could get in 2 short strength sessions, physical preparation sessions. It depends how old you are. You know, it depends on your mindset also. Some people thrive on doing a lot of work. Other people want everything just perfect. But if you're an athlete, perfect is the enemy, okay? Because nothing is perfect during the competitive moment, during the competitive game, match. All competition has these, moments and instances where things are uncertain and just unknowing. So I like the imperfections. In fact, that's where the beauty lies. There's a quote that I had saw a year ago when Flow Wrestling released the documentary on Terry Brands. And during Terry Brands' first Olympic trials, he won his first finals match. Then he lost. And then for the tiebreaker, the third one, he lost again. His father told him, you get what you earn. Who knows? Maybe somebody trained slightly smarter. Maybe he trained too hard in one area, not smart enough, hard. There's so many unknowns, uncontrollables. But I think the lesson there is his father didn't make an excuse for him. His father made him own it. His father made him own it. And it made him a better man. He went on to the next Olympics to bronze. Kendall Cross won the gold the year that he beat Terry. Terry could have won the gold, right? Regret will drive us to be better in the path that we were put on this earth. And I'm not a religious person or whatever, but I know some of you maybe are. But man, we're put on this earth, got some kind of purpose, mission, our why. And sometimes it doesn't make sense doing it, going through it. We don't know why, why did that happen to me? Why do I work so hard, but this person who, is collecting welfare, but they could work, or they fake this injury and they're collecting, medical, injury, but they're capable. Like, why is that happening to them? We can't question that shit. I've been there before. It doesn't help. The only thing you could do is put your head down and do the work and move forward. If the only thing that we can do is to go within and just say, I got to find a way to get better. Because pointing the finger at other people, blaming the circumstance, blaming others, where I live, it's all on us. It's all on us. Jennifer Delman, great words of inspiration to apply to other aspects of life. No excuses. Awesome. I hope you and Mike and the babies are great. Billy Burkhart, Coach Santoro, Charlie, what's your opinion? Should we lift to failure? Charlie, there's times to lift to failure. There's time to lift beyond failure. There's time where you think you're going to quit. You take a couple deep breaths and you pick up that bar and you go again. Last week we did 20 rep squats at Rutgers. I told those guys, you get to 20. If you kind of didn't choose the weight that was going to, bust your gut at that 20, you get 25. We had a kid do 40 reps. We had kids do 30. That means internally they knew, I got to 20. I could do 20. Zach said 20. But I got more in me. And to me, that's the beauty. That's a gladiator there. Because that winning and losing is very much an internal truth. It's not the points on the board all the time. It certainly is much of the time. Craig saying, excited about Rutgers Wrestling. Will you be with them? Craig, I've been with Rutgers since January. I just didn't update that on my LinkedIn. I thought I had. So I've been with them since January. My preference is actually not to travel with them. I will be staying home and handling and training on Fridays the non-starters. Or the guys who redshirt, whatever Coach Goodale decides those guys do. So when the team travels to the away matches, it's important to me to take care of our guys that right now aren't our starting lineup. They are our future. To me, those guys are very important. And it's important to me that they know that I know that they're important. That I'm not, I'm just going to travel with the team. I don't need anybody to know what I do or what it's about them. That's what I'm saying. What's the real parallel between the Underground Strength Gym and Rutgers Wrestling is there's a lot of haters out there for Rutgers Wrestling. Rutgers Sports, a lot of haters. There's a lot of haters for the Underground Strength Gym. A lot of people think they know what's happening behind our walls at both Rutgers and the Underground, and I've seen the talk, and my goodness, are they far off. And I posted a YouTube video today called Squat Often, Complain Less. I'm a firm believer that the people that are causing drama and gossip, they don't know what it's like to do some 20 rep squats. Maybe they did it 20 years ago, but you got to do that shit on the regular. Because when you don't struggle, you find drama. You find BS. Get some questions here. Chris Bestena. Hey, Zach, I'm 49. I train 6 days a week, 4 on, 1 off. Do you think I need more recovery? Hey, Chris, that's up to you, buddy. You're 49. How do you feel? You know, it's all up to you. You could always test drive different programs. 2 on, 1 off, Monday through Friday, weekends off. You know, I can't do as much as I used to do weight-wise and exercise-wise. Torn labrum, knees are feeling beat up. But I train more often than I did when I was stronger. You know, when I was squatting my most and lifting the heaviest, I was training every other day. And then after a squat workout, 2 days off. Kevin Michael Irwin, hope you're doing well, my friend. Kenny Pipes saying, we live in a generation of parents raising, I'm sorry to say. I was actually just watching the Simon Sinek interview that Tom Billio did. Quest. I think Tom changed the name to it. I feel bad that I'm forgetting because I listen to it and watch it quite a lot. But if you go on YouTube, I think the title is The Interview That Broke the Internet. And he's talking about millennials. And he goes, you know what? The corporations that are hiring these kids, it's our job to get them tough, to get them to learn to earn stuff. He goes, parents raise them saying, hey, you could be anything you want. That's bullcrap. You cannot become a champion by just going to the wrestling club, just going to the basketball club, just going to the summer football camp, just going to the local lacrosse camp. Everybody's doing that. But who's training harder, smarter? Whose technique is better in the weight room? Who eats breakfast every day? Who decides not to party on the weekend versus who does? Who reads the powerful books and watches the powerful movies? And who sleeps till 1 o'clock on the weekends and eats like crap and has Pop-Tarts and pizza and all this crap food? It all adds up in a positive or a negative way. The positive about today, what I loved seeing at the Underground Strength Gym was that room of workers. That room of workers was awesome. I'm going to find that barn, that farm, and Underground Strength Gym is going to go to a farm. I'm highly contemplating the Manasquan Underground Strength Gym only being for combat athletes. Back to square one. Wrestlers, jiu-jitsu, maybe football players. Maybe. Anybody else, you got to apply. Otherwise, I think this world has a real strange understanding of what it takes. Everybody wants the fancy. But you know what? Let me finish this with regards to workouts. Running Man, one of the toughest Running Man, you will be a coach at the Underground Strength Gym. Andrew Dyer texted me, my man. Let me give you guys a quick story of this guy, Running Man, right here. Started training with us in middle school. In 8th grade, he broke the 5-minute mile. He would train with us through high school just like a savage. We were training this one guy that was an Army Ranger, Victor. And Victor used to show up early, work out, then he would do the workout with the athletes, and then in between sets he would do other workouts. So I would say, Vic, you're doing the appetizer workout, then you're doing our workout, then you're doing more workout, and Lindy, anybody who's in the military, who's a hard charger, doors are open at the Underground anytime. So I'm like, all right, Vic's training, and I see Running Man Andrew driving up. I was like, finally, I think I got somebody that could beat Victor in a workout. So I said, Running Man, you're training with Victor today. Victor was nuts, okay? I'll tell you. Victor one time trained. He showed up. I think he was out and about all night and showed up drunk and like did a workout and destroyed everybody. I don't encourage that, but I remember when that happened, I was like, damn, this guy's cut from a different steel. So anyway, Vic just started doing his own workouts. He basically didn't even listen to us anymore. 8 rounds of 8 pull-ups, 8 handstand push-ups, 8 deadlifts, sled drag 150 feet, quarter-mile run. 8 rounds of that. And I thought Running Man was going to smoke him. I believe Victor did a full round ahead of the Running Man. Although Victor was in his late 20s, he may have been early 30s, I believe late 20s. Running Man was a senior in high school. That was the first time Running Man was like, damn, somebody beat me. Running Man was a tough SOB. If you want to know who Running Man reminds me of, watch the movie Without Limits, the Steve Prefontaine movie, where Pre says that the only way he knows how to run is all out. None of this pacing. If somebody was going to beat him, he wanted them to go through hell. And I like that. I like that. I like that guts. I like the person that's willing to dig deep and fight for what they're about. I respect that. Today on Instagram or YouTube, when I post up that video, somebody like dropped a real long negative comment on one of my videos. I used to engage with those people. Now I just ban them from the page. I don't engage with them. But let me tell you how it was before this social media stuff. If I was going to talk smack to somebody at the gym, I would talk smack, but then they'd say, okay, show up tomorrow. It's leg day. Leg day was the determining factor of who's got the balls, who's gonna be able to handle the pain. And never did I get crushed, except this one time. I got destroyed. It was the first time I had tweaked my back. First time. So I didn't squat or do any leg work for a month. And I was messing around with one of the guys. You guys can Google him. Stokely Palmer. Stokely Palmer. I love Stokes. I love this guy. He was one of the great guys. I love him. At Diamond Gym. And I was running my mouth to him. Running my mouth. I don't remember how it all started, but I was like, dude, I will smoke you. Like, you might lift more than me, but I will out-intensify you. I was talking shit to him. He said, all right. He was pissed. He said, you meet me on leg day. Leg day was 5 a.m. I worked during the week. I was a teacher. So I had to be at the school by like 8:15, 8:20. I think I finally left at like 7:30. But he destroyed me so bad with legs, and not training legs for a month, my legs were sore for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Like, I remember walking at the end of the day through the school, and my legs were just going through such spasms that I just like hobbled into a classroom and sat down. I sat on a chair. So my legs, I couldn't bend them, straighten them. They were freaking out. For 2 weeks, I was like incapacitated. I could barely walk. I was sore for 2 weeks in the legs. Stokely Palmer destroyed me because I ran my mouth. And that's what we did. There was these 2 guys that once said to me, hey man, I like you. You fire me up. You get me going. I want to train with you. I said, all right, train with me. I said, tomorrow, legs. One guy, 10 minutes in, he's in the bathroom, crapping himself, throwing up, whatever he's doing, he leaves. He leaves. I destroyed him. I would put guys on the leg extension. We'd climb up. We'd stack it. I would do like 10 drop sets. I would destroy their legs. Then we'd squat. The second kid, his training partner, couldn't bend his legs. He tried squatting, and he left after the first set. In my mind, I did my job. I made them quit. And that's what I wanted to do, because through wrestling, I learned to apply wrestling to my life after I was done with wrestling. I didn't learn how to harness that toughness in my early years. But I loved making people tired, and more so making them quit. You could just feel, you could just see their energy just getting sucked out of them. You could see them questioning. You could see the thoughts running through their head about, I don't know if I could do this next set. Like 6 reps. I'm going to be done at 6. He makes me do 12. It's amazing how capable the body is. The mind is equally capable. And just through this conversation, like I wonder, like I hear myself talk, Am I crazy? Like, I see how I'm more connected to the coaching than I am figuring out how to run an online business and the videos and the opt-in and the emails and the this and that. Whatever happened to just being awesome, the simplicity behind being awesome? It's not like that. That's why I love the training and the coaching, because it's simple. It's like, it's very black and white. I like that. And black and white is, I gave this advice to a kid. I saw him at Rutgers. I taught him in first grade. He's going to grad school for education. He goes, what's the advice you could give me before I go to grad school? I'm going to be a teacher. I go, dude, there's going to be a lot of politics. There's going to be gossip. There's going to be drama. And that stuff's going to stress you out. And it's going to sap your energy. And you're going to question why you're doing it. I go, you're always going to come back to this one question. You ready for this one question? He goes, yeah, I'm ready. I go, okay, Brandon, here it is. I go, it's always very black and white. Am I doing what's best for the kids, or am I not doing what's best for the kids? You must move always in the path and in the direction and down the road of this is what's best for the kids. That's what counts, period. And that will save you and keep you in the zone and keep you away from the gossip and the drama. And of course, the people that cause gossip and drama, they ain't never done no 20 rep squats on the regular. That's it. Peace out, guys. Much respect. UndergroundStrengthCoach.com. I appreciate everybody who watched. Much love.